What up, cappers, gamblers, punters? What up, slutes? What up, mama? What up, sports fans? It's Friday, September 22nd. Feels like a good day to make a little cash, and the weekend is here. I hope you all have a wonderful weekend set up. For the guys watching this, I hope you get to relax, have some drinks, get your balls drained. And for the women watching this, I hope you have wonderful things planned as well. I hope you get the sensual loving that you deserve. And if you're not getting sensual loving, please hit me at Jimmy the Bag on Twitter. I am chock full of sensual loving. Let's get to today's action. But first, let's do a quick recap of what happened yesterday. It was a roller coaster ride of a day. My Major League Baseball capping was fucking atrocious. I had overall I had $825 in play, and $250 was on the baseball card. I had the Twins Tigers over, which happened easily. It was Zimmerman versus Alberto Maya. I was worried about Maya getting lit up as well, so I didn't just take the Twins. I took the over. I should have hammered old droopy eye Zimmerman like I do every 5 days. It was stupid. Both guys were coming off the DL, and I was just worried that Maya wouldn't pitch well, and the Tigers hit lefties well, so I didn't take advantage of an easy situation. And then I just took it right in the drink hole from R.A. Dickey again, and I say again because we've had our share of run-ins, R.A. Dickey and I thought I had the upper hand, and I didn't expect to have my throat glistened by R.A. Dickey, and the Braves beat the Nats 3-2. But my worst loss was with the Astros. I thought Keuchel was going to pitch great. He pitched okay, but we went over Carson Fulmer's AAA stats, and I just didn't think they were that good. He had a 5.7 ERA in AAA, but he got me right in the old brown eye, right in the old bottom mouth. He got me in both mouths, and it was disappointing. So I was down 250 in baseball. Then we come to football. In football, I fared a little better. First off, I sent out the Jimmy the Bag lock of the day. It was the first time I have done that. I sent it out to my friends on Twitter, and that was Carlos Hyde, over 79.5 yards. I had $250 on it myself. In the first quarter, he got a hip injury, and I had to go for a fucking walk around the block and keep my fucking cool. But then he came back, and he played great. He is a great running back. He got overshadowed by Gurley last night, but I love Hyde and love what he can do. I won on the 49ers +3, but I lost on the Niners money line, and then I had $100 worth of bets tied to the under, which lost. But then I hit on the USF Bulls, man, University of Southern Florida Bulls, which was it really saved my night pretty much. And I got to give a big shout out to my boy JB, who has his ear to the street and had some great information for me. He's a great capper. If you guys want to follow JB, he on Twitter, it's at FBGJB1_. And he gave me that lock and said they were just going to destroy Temple, and that's what they did. Overall, I had $825 in play, and I ended up down $17, which is disappointing. But we will move on to today because I have $1,250 in play. All of my action, there's just too many games I like, and I can't put parlays together in this situation. So all of my action is single bets today on Friday. So let's go over them. First off, I like the Rays over the Orioles at -115. Those of you guys who run with me know that I fade Ubaldo Jimenez every chance I get, and we know Ubaldo is old Jabaldo Jizzman. He's up against Alex Cobb. Alex Cobb is pitching very well. Overall this year, he's 11-10 with a 3.63 ERA, 1.21 WHIP, 5-2 with a 2.54 ERA and 11 career starts versus the Orioles. He's allowed 1 earned run or fewer in 4 of his past 6 starts. And he's going up against the Jizzman. This will be the Jizzman's final home start of the year and likely his last start in an Oriole uniform. And I'm sure Oriole fans are pleased to never see this guy on the rubber again. This year he's 6-10 with a 6.57 ERA, 1.57 WHIP. In his career with the Orioles, he got there in 2014, I think for $50 million too. He went 32-41 with a 5.16 ERA. What a fucking bum. Now, he always pitched the Jays well and got me in the old drink hole a couple times. Did violate my food pussy. He went 8 shutout innings here at the Rogers Center this year, and it just really got me. I was so confident in that game. But I'm going to take one more stab at fading Jimenez. Why not? At home, he's just atrocious. 2-3 with a 7.34 ERA, 1.82 WHIP. Opponents are hitting .331 off of him. He's coming off one of his best outings of the year. He got through 5 innings, a one-run ball with 10 Ks and a walk at Yankee Stadium last out. But we are going to fade Rays over Orioles, fade Jimenez at -115. Next game is Yankees at Jays, under 8.5 at -110. It's Masahiro Tanaka versus Marco Estrada. Tanaka is 12-11 with a 4.73 ERA and a 1.26 WHIP. He's 8-3 with a 2.62 ERA in his career versus the Jays, but he did get lit up last start by the Jays here at Rogers Center. So he's 2-0 with a 3.63 ERA and 3 starts versus the Jays. The first 2 were very good, and then, as I said, he got lit up last one. And he's 2-1 with a 2.32 ERA and 5 career starts at the Rogers Center. And if you took this last start out of it, it's a minuscule ERA. Last start was very good for Tanaka. He racked up 27 swings and misses in his last start. That's tied for the 4th highest single game total by any pitcher this season. He's going up against Marco Estrada, 9-8, 4.84 ERA, 1.36 WHIP. He is fresh off signing a 1-year, $13 million contract for next season, and we are happy to have him around, even though he hasn't had such a good year this year. He went 8 strong innings last out versus the Twins. He allowed 2 earned runs and 3 hits in that 8-inning performance. It was very good. He has not lost since August 15th. 4-0 with a 3.89 ERA in his last 6 starts. At the International Football Betting Conference, I told Pistol Pete Loshak, an incredible capper who I loved working with, I told him that believe in Estrada, because he was saying that Estrada was an automatic fade at that time, and for good reason, and I'm sure Pistol Pete made money off of it, but I told him that this guy, Estrada, will get better as the year goes on, especially when he got past the trade deadline and knew that he was staying in Toronto. He's allowed 3 earned runs or fewer in 9 of his last 11 starts. The Yankees have hit him hard this year. He's 2-1 with a 5.64 ERA versus him, but he's pitching better right now than at any other part of the year, and I'm going to trust him pitching well today. Next game, Nationals at Mets, over 9 at -110. I actually have 4 bets on this game. I like this game a lot. So Nationals at Mets, over 9 at -110. I have the New York Mets over 7.5 hits at -130. I have the New York Mets over 4.5 runs at +125. And I have total hits over 16.5 at -115. It's Edwin Jackson versus Robert Gisselman. Jackson looks awful. There's a reason why this is his 12th Major League Baseball team. He's 5-6 with a 4.96 ERA and a 1.52 WHIP. His arm is tired. 12.71 ERA in September. Opponents are hitting .353 off him this month. He's allowed 7 home runs in his last 11 1/3. Gisselman 7-7 with a 5.22 ERA and 1.53 WHIP. He's coming off his best start of the year Sunday, 0 earned runs in 7 innings. But he's had a tough season. So he's looked good since being recalled from AAA. He's 2-1 with a 3.18 ERA since being recalled. But he's allowed 2 earned runs or fewer in only 5 of his 20 starts this year. I like those numbers as well. I like those over numbers a lot, so we'll go over them again at the very end of this. I've got the Cubs on the road over the Brewers at -115. John Lackey versus Brandon Woodruff. Lackey's 11-11 with a 4.62 ERA, 1.28 WHIP. He was ejected from his last start after just going through 4 2/3 for arguing balls and strikes with the umpire. He is a very emotional guy, big heart. Cubs love playing for him, but he gets hot under the collar. He's looked good versus Milwaukee this year. 1-2, 3.79 ERA versus the Brewers. He's 1-1 with a 1.93 ERA in September, holding batters to a 156 average. Post All-Star break, 6-2, 3.69 ERA. Madden was right sticking with him in the rotation when there was a lot of people calling for him to get the boot from the rotation. Going up against Brandon Woodruff, the number 4 prospect in the Brewers organization, 2-2 with a 3.28 ERA, 1.18 WHIP. In AAA Colorado Springs, he looked good enough. 6-5, 4.30 ERA, 1.37 WHIP. He's looked good since coming up to the majors. Had a pretty good start last out, went 7 innings, allowed 3 earned runs. That was a heartbreaker, their loss last night to Chris Bryant. Chris Bryant's home run in the 10th inning. I think the Cubs got a good vibe right now going to the playoffs, and they will keep winning. Next game, Angels at Astros. Under 8 at +100. Garrett Richards versus Justin Verlander. It's Richards' 3rd start since coming off the DL, and he was on DL for 4 months? A long time. In 18 innings this year, he's 0-2 with a 2.00 ERA, 18 Ks, 3 walks, 0.89 WHIP. He's just a good pitcher. He allowed just 3 base runners last start, struck out 7 over 5 innings, and they say he is ready for 100 pitches. Going up against Verlander, 13-8, 3.50 ERA, 1.21 WHIP, and as we know, those numbers are going down fast. 3-0 with a 0.86 ERA in 3 starts with Houston. He looks awesome. 1-1 with a 2.57 ERA in 2 starts versus the Angels this year. Tossed 8 shutout innings against them. September 12th, allowing just 1 hit. Astros offense is cold right now. I'm going to take a stab at the under at plus 100. Next game, Marlins at D-backs. Under 9.5 at minus 105. Adam Conley versus Zach Greinke. Go through Conley first. 7-7, 5.20 ERA, 1.45 WHIP. He's much better on the road than he is at home. He's 4-3 with a 3.33 ERA on the road this year. He's not looked good in his last 5 starts. 1-2 with a 5.96 ERA. But we have all seen how bad Arizona has been versus lefties over the last couple of months, and I'm going to bank on that. I have 2 bets on this action. I've got the game under 9.5 at minus 105, and I've got under 4.5 runs at the 4.5 inning mark. Going up against Zach Greinke, who looks awesome this year. 17-6, 2.87 ERA, 1.02 WHIP. Listen to some of these numbers. At home, 13-1, 2.33 ERA, 0.89 WHIP. Opponents hitting 197 off of him. September, 1-0 with a 1.23 ERA, 0.59 WHIP. Opponents are hitting 149 off him in September. He is a Cy Young Award nominee. I also am taking the Winnipeg Blue Bombers at minus 7.5 over the Ottawa Red Blacks. Red Blacks just lost their quarterback. It's their second quarterback they've lost this year. And old Ryan Lindley is coming in. You guys may remember him as started 6 games, I believe, for the Cardinals from like 2012 to 2014. I think he's going to get hurt. Blue Bombers have the best offense in the CFL. And my boys that I run with, Mike Richards, David Bastel, they love the Bombers on this. They love them. They like him first half line, and they like him overall. They say it's a lock. Bombers, minus 7.5 over Red Blacks. So let's go over my 12-15 action today. $150, Rays over Orioles, minus 115. $150, Yankees, Jays, under 8.5, minus 110. $100, Nationals, Mets, over 9.5, minus 110. $100, Nats, Mets, over 16.5 hits, minus 115. $100, Mets, over 7.5 hits, minus 130. $100, Mets, over 4.5 runs at plus 125. $150, Cubs over Brewers at minus 115. $150, Angels at Astros under 8 at plus 100. $100, Miami, Arizona under 9.5, minus 105. $100, Miami, Arizona under 4.5 at the 4.5 inning mark. And then $150 on the Blue Bombers, minus 7.5 over Red Blacks. I'll be putting all this on my Twitter. That's at Jimmy the Bag on Twitter. Let's get this weekend start proper, man. Let's get some fucking wins. Fatter pockets, harder slutes. Let's have a real fun weekend. We got so much incredible action. Got college football all day tomorrow. Then we have Sunday ticket, man. It's going to be a monstrous week in the NFL. And we are so close to the hockey season starting, which will even add to our Saturdays because we'll have college football and NHL hockey. And I'm a big hockey guy, so we will be handicapping hockey very hard every day. Other than that, man, I wish you guys all the best, man. Get fucking rich, man. Let's make our life better. Let's get that cash. I love that you guys are joining in the SBR forum on YouTube. I love following your action and cheering you guys on and hearing your strategies. So please keep at me. It's a treat to run with you guys. Just brings my life so much more joy running with you guys. I mean that shit. So let's have a great weekend. Let's get started proper. Good luck out there, you guys.